Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Name's Woody Pixel, and today's video I got a comparison video comparing the LG BX to the LG CX. I've seen on my last video's comments on the full review, which you can check out, that a lot of you guys are wondering which TV is better. I think it's obvious which one's better, but more importantly, people want to know what the differences are, if one is worth getting more than the other. You know, things like that, typical TV buying stuff. So this video, we're going to get into that. So let's start with the brightness. This has come up a lot in my comments on my last video. It was like the most popular thing, I think. And honestly, it's a common thing when people are talking about OLED TVs. So nothing new there. So the brightness. It's come up so many times in the comments on the full review that I made. And it's important, I get it. But I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. So the TV is plenty viewable in HDR and SDR videos. You're not going to have a hard time there, right? And our TV, the way we have it set up in the living room, it's in indirect sunlight. So no sun actually hitting the screen, but there's some reflections in the early parts of the day where it can be kind of bright. And honestly, it's viewable. I have no issues there. It looks pretty clean, fine, nothing to complain about really. Now this is probably important for you guys for comparisons apples to apples, right? I use the TV at 50 brightness, 90 contrast. I use the Expert Dark Room preset, and I calibrated the rest according to ratings, rtings.com settings because they're pretty trusted. And the TV looks, again, amazing. Anything I watch on Netflix, YouTube, gaming, you name it, again, no issues there. If brightness is your worrying, honestly, remove it. It's not a worry. You will be fine. So now, more importantly, if you're someone who needs numbers and data, honestly, go to ratings.com, rtings.com. They have amazing reviews. Those guys are so thorough. And that's why they're trusted, and people trust them to buy TVs and rate TVs. They just do a good job. They don't cherry pick. They go out and buy actual store models. I bought my last 4K TVs based off of reviews on ratings, and I've had no issues. I've had no issues with brightness. I've had no issues with color or things like that. Well, that's not fair. I've had issues actually, but nothing that they didn't pick up on. It's all been like kind of like isolated issues and single case things, you know, just like technology being technology. So again, go to their site if you need numbers. It's not the kind of thing I do or want to do. It's a lot of work and just like data and crunching and averages and blah blah blah, and ain't nobody got time for that. So again, they do it better, they do it best. Nobody's better than them at getting TV review numbers, so go check them out. All right. Now, one last thing about the brightness. This is the TLDR. If you're concerned about brightness on your TV and are still worried about OLEDs after hearing all that, go and buy an LED TV or a QLED TV. Buy something else. Don't buy an OLED. Again, my experience, you're not going to have issues, but if you need that peace of mind, just don't even bother. You're just going to be worrying about it and fiddling with settings and just kind of paranoid. Just get the LED. There are good LED TVs out there that you can get, and micro LED stuff too, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So now let's talk about pricing, right? That's kind of important and honestly one of the biggest like decision factors, because if you had all the money in the world, you would just get the biggest, best, most expensive TV. So the LG BX starts at $11,999. The LG CX starts at $13.99, $200 difference there. And to make things a little weirder with the LG OLEDs, the C9 is on their website and available for $14.99. Not sure what LG is really doing or thinking there, and honestly you can't talk price without talking about the Samsung Q series and the Vizio P series that are out in the wild. They're within the same price range. So a few things I want to mention. So for starters, with an OLED you're getting infinite contrast ratio. You're getting excellent color reproduction, and blacks deep and rich like no other. There's just no other TV on the market right now, or type of TV rather, that can compare with an OLED. So something interesting also is that LG came out with the 48-inch CX TV. And some people are using that as a gaming monitor. And honestly, it's a pretty beastly gaming monitor. 4K, 120 Hertz, 1 millisecond response time ish. Go check out our team ratings for that. More info on that. But honestly, overall package is really good. A 48-inch excellent gaming monitor, or just PC monitor. If you got money to blow like that, then do it. Why not? And you just can't beat that with other TVs. You're just not going to get that. And lastly, with the LG OLED, you're getting peace of mind for future compatibility. That is important because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. You got a gaming PC, you got a next gen console. This TV has G-Sync, FreeSync, VRR, 120 Hz 4K support. You name it, it has it. It has HDMI 2.1 ports, 4 on the CX and 2 on the BX, but still has more than enough if you ask me, because those devices aren't really out in the wild yet. Not like you're going to use up all those ports anyway, let's be honest. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. You're getting all these things that you can't really get on other TVs. You're getting a more complete package overall, and the peace of mind that comes with that. The design here is going to be pretty quick because the CX and the BX have only a few differences. Aesthetically, they look identical. The main difference is the base. The CX has a wide metal base. The BX has a short plastic base. Is that going to make a difference in the sound? It might, just because we all know how sound acoustics works. It might make a difference. But honestly, I had no issues with the sound on my LG BX. So there's that. And again, like I mentioned before, you have the 4 HDMI 2.1 ports on the CX, and you have the 2 HDMI 2.1 ports on the BX. Again, only difference is really. Now last but not least, I'm going to talk about a few specs, things that may or may not matter. And to me, if you ask me, this is really the main difference in the price point between the two TVs. I'm just going to read off this list I have here. So obviously we know about the slightly better brightness, the image quality. The CX actually has slightly better image quality. It has a better processor, so that'll give you some better clarity. It has an AI upscaler versus what they say LG is the 4K upscaler on the BX. Again, we don't know if there's an actual difference or if it's just naming convention because one is higher tier, one is lower tier. No idea. The processor is actually faster on the CX. It has an A9 Gen 3 processor versus the A7 Gen 3 processor on the BX, which does not have AI features. Again, I don't know if it actually has an AI chip built in. If it doesn't, then that definitely be a gimmicky thing, but it might actually have it, you know? So who knows? And lastly, AI Sound Pro versus just AI sound on the BX. The sound on the BX sounds beautiful to me, nice rumbles when watching movies and stuff. So again, I can't really say, like, unless I get a BX or if someone has a BX, drop a comment below. Let me know, like, is the BX beast? Do you have both TVs? Are you ball like that? Let me know in the comments if it's actually that much better. Now for the conclusion, right? OLEDs are still king right now. There's no better TV than an OLED TV if you get a really good one. They're good for next gen consoles. For PCs, you're gonna get all the future proofing support, at least with the LG OLEDs. There are some of the OLEDs out there that are coming out now with 4K 120 Hz support, but they don't have all the features that the LG CX and BX have. They don't compare in that category because they just don't have all the same compatibility features, honestly. So now the big question, which one do I recommend? I'm gonna say both, actually. I own the BX, I've heard about the CX, I've read tons and tons about it. I've read the specs, I read people's reviews and just comments all over the internet. And based off of that, I'm gonna trust it and just say both. People are saying like there's an actual brightness difference. Again, for me personally, I'm gonna say that doesn't matter. But other people's eyes may be a little different. I don't have your eyes, you don't have my eyes. And that's a good thing probably, right? So if you wanna have that little bit of peace of mind and get the LG OLED that's jam-packed and chocked with gaming features up the wazoo, you can go up the tier and get the CX. You might even find a Black Friday deal on it, right? And if you don't really care about like a little bit more brightness, again, depends on your home setup. I don't know, maybe you live in a really bright city with a lot of sun or something, or have like crazy open design apartment with sun beaming in like just all over the place. If you don't have that, then you can get a BX and I think you'll be fine, honestly. I don't even have the TV at max brightness and it's plenty viewable for me. Here's a shot again of the sun beaming in, so you can see my indirect sunlight hitting the living room, I guess, ish, I don't know. So yeah, that's all I got, honestly. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, there's a full review. Just check out my page and you can check that out. There's a lot of good information there. I even got a full settings walkthrough where you can just see TV settings, because I thought that's cool if you can actually see the menu and see all the TV settings that you have. That's also on my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, leave a comment if you have any questions or just comments, or like there was something I said that you hated and you just want to go back and forth and talk about it. Do it. You can do whatever you want. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down then. It's alright. But either way, if you did, I hope you subscribe. I hope you keep enjoying my content. I'm trying to find more stuff about the BX I can put out for y'all. Things that are interesting, things that you care about the TV. Let me know in the comments. Let's keep it going there, right? Take care. Have a good one. Peace out.